In this problem, we're asked to find some of the key features of the function g. G here is a parabola opening down. It's a degree 2 polynomial, so its shape is a parabola, and its graph opens downward. So it has a maximum, and that maximum occurs at the vertex. And so all of the questions here kind of relate to that turn and the intercepts that we might see. Where does this cross the x-axis? Where does it cross the y-axis? And again, all of these calculations are fairly straightforward if you know, again, what it is that they're asking for. The vertex, again, will be halfway between the two x-intercepts. So I think I would start maybe with the x-intercepts, and once I have the x-intercepts, that'll give me the location, the x value, which is the location for the vertex. And once I have the x value for the location of the vertex, I can then find the y value that goes with that by plugging the x value into the function g. And that will give me not only then the two coordinates for the vertex, but also the maximum. I can already say right now that there is no minimum for this function. It's a downward opening parabola, so there is no minimum. So we've got that part answered. And the y-intercept is, again, the place where the x value is 0, and if you plug x equals 0 into here, you see that you get out -8. So the y-intercept is very straightforward. It's always the function evaluated at 0, which in this case is -8. The x-intercepts solve the function equals 0. So we want to solve minus 2x squared plus 10x minus 8 equals 0. And it's again a degree 2. This is a quadratic, so we can either use the quadratic formula or we can try and factor it. Since everything here is even, I would try pulling that -2 out, give factoring a try. You've got to be a little careful here. If I'm pulling out a -2, factoring out a -2, I've got a -5x left behind and a plus 4. And my goal then is to write this as a product of two linear terms. They're both going to need an x there and there. And let's see, I need the product of these two numbers to be 4. So I can try a 1 and a 4. And a -1 and a -4 will also create the 4. And when I multiply this out, I get a -5 inside. So this is a factored form. And that means that this will be 0 whenever x minus 1 is 0, which means x needs to be 1, or whenever x minus 4 equals 0, which says x is 4. So my two x-intercepts are x equal 1 and x equal 4. That's those two. And so if I start drawing an axis on here, I now know that that's happening at x equal 1. This is happening at x equal 4. So my y-axis must be over here someplace. And I know that this continues on down here, and it hits the y-axis at -8. That's the y-intercept. And I now know that the turn here is going to be halfway between 1 and 4. So let's see, there's a gap of 3 here, so if I come up 1.5 from 1 or down 1.5 from 4, either way I should get this turn. And so that would be at 2.5. Right? So the x-coordinate of the vertex is 2.5, and the y-coordinate then is g at 2.5. So if I plug 2.5 into the function g,